First of all, I want to apologize if you guys can hear any background noise. I got my Xbox 360 on, but that's not what today's video is about. Let's jump into the topic. So basically, pretty much, should Black Ops 3 beta have been free to everybody? For those of you who do not know, recently the Black Ops 3 beta was released as free to download for all PlayStation 4 members. We will have to see if the same thing will happen on the Xbox One beta when it starts. My idea is that it probably won't, because PlayStation 4 obviously has exclusive, DLC rights and stuff that this year for, Black Ops 3. So the thing is it probably was only going to happen on PS4. That's just my thought, though. We'll have to see when it comes out on Xbox One. But back to what I was talking about. If you guys remember way back, there was a beta, or it was a demo, really, for World at War, right? And basically, for those of you who don't know, it was a multiplayer demo, and you were able to download it and play it, and it was released, I think, 2 weeks before the game was released. So there really wasn't no, they took feedback and implemented it into the game, really. It was just like, oh, you got to play it kind of early, you know what I mean? And that's the really big thing, that everybody wants a beta for anyways, to play the game early. But it's a really big thing when you can take what you have in the beta and actually implement changes into the game. That's when it makes a big, difference right there, right? So a lot of people went out and pre-ordered, basically paid, $5 or whatever to get into the beta. And then here recently, Treyarch made it so that the beta is free for everyone. Now, was this a good idea? Coming from a perspective of a person who develops a game, yes, this was a good idea, right? Okay, simply because of the reason. Now, I'm coming from the point of making the game, it's a good reason, and I'll explain why. You want to test out your servers, but you don't want to do it with everybody. You're afraid that maybe your servers may completely crash to where the game won't, or the beta won't work for like 2 to 3 days, right? How do you fix this? Well, you get people to pre-order the game, and then you only give beta access to people who pre-order the game, right? Okay, and hopefully your servers will handle that amount of people, which they did pretty good. Okay, all right, and then the servers got a little bit laggy, on that. But the main point is they were able to handle them well enough to where Treyarch was able to say, you know what, let's just make it free for everybody, to see how much stress it puts on the servers, to see how much stress is being put on those servers, and see how it affects it when everyone on PlayStation jumps online when the full game comes on, right? So they wanted to see how that affected them, so they released it free for everybody, right? Now, coming from a viewer standpoint, this just looks like developers screwed you over. Obviously, you're sitting right here, you're like, really, I paid $5, and, basically I paid $5 to get into this beta, and you went and opened it up for everybody, so there really was no point, right? But coming from a game developer perspective, I can see and I can understand why they did it. They didn't want to just say, let's make this available to everybody, and then when everybody downloads it, tries to play it, the beta will not let you play it for like 2 days, which is half the amount, actually more than half than the amount of days the beta is available. Not to mention they also extended the beta date for PlayStation 4. Now, as far as Xbox One beta goes, we don't know really if they're gonna give it free to everybody. We don't know if they're going to, extend it an extra day. Probably not. I'm going to say they probably won't give it free to everybody and probably not extend it an extra day, and I'll explain why. It's simply because for Black Ops 3, PlayStation has exclusive rights for DLC and stuff like that. So that's probably why they did that, gave it free to PlayStation and also gave them an extra day. I don't think it'll happen on Xbox simply because Xbox did not, fish out the money or fork out the money this year to have DLC exclusive rights and stuff. Well, basically get DLC first, you know what I mean, right? Okay, and thus because they didn't do that, we might not get the beta for free, and we might not get an extra day extended on. But you don't know, maybe they might treat the beta equal. You never know, we'll have to see. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Should the Black Ops 3 beta have been free, or should it just have stayed pre-ordered? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll check you guys next time. Peace.